I'm really excited about this week's challenge because hiking's something we do as a family every summer. Kaya, her brother Zach, my husband Mike, and I spend countless days trekking through the woods, taking in the sunshine, and challenging ourselves physically. This area is one of our favorite local hiking spots. It's about 2 miles of mountaintop that resembles a large man lying on the ground. It's called Sleeping Giant State Park. The Native Americans in the area called the giant Hobbamock, and he was an evil spirit who became angry at the neglect of his people, stamped his foot, and changed the course of the Connecticut River. A good spirit cast a spell on the giant, causing him to sleep forever. When you go hiking, planning and packing are the most important things. You have to check the extended weather forecast, because getting stuck in the woods in a thunderstorm you didn't know was coming can be really dangerous. Luckily, today is a gorgeous spring day in Connecticut with no rain on the way. You should also do some research before heading out. Look up the rules and regulation where you'll be hiking. If you can print a map, that's the best idea. Many trails have maps posted at the trailheads, but they won't do you any good if you're 3 miles down the trail and can't remember if you're supposed to take the red or the blue marked one. For yourself, you'll want to make sure you've packed enough water. We like to use the backpacks with the water reservoirs that you can drink from without stopping and pulling them out of your bag. It's convenient and will ensure you don't get dehydrated. Make sure you dress for the weather. Layers are safest. Today started out cool, but around the midpoint of our hike, the sun was beating down and we both opted to take off our outer layers. Proper footwear is really important. You want good, well-fitting hiking boots, and I recommend wool hiking socks to keep your feet comfy. A first aid kit, pocket knife, sunscreen, and a flashlight should also go in your bag. You have to find a balance between being prepared and not having too much weight in your bag. We're just going on a short hike this afternoon, so our day packs are fine. When you hike with dogs, you have to pack for them too. Of course, you'll want a leash. Make sure to check the trail regulations. Sometimes leashes aren't allowed to exceed 6 feet. We keep Zach on a leash all the time because he loves to chase after wildlife. But Kaya's fine off lead. We usually keep her leash on her just in case we need to grab her quickly. You never know if another dog you encounter on the trail will be friendly or not, so it's best to be ready to leash your dog before allowing them to introduce themselves first. Water is critical when you hike with dogs. You shouldn't ever let them drink from standing water, and even rivers and creeks can be dangerous if you don't know much about them. We carry a couple of large bottles of tap water for our dogs and a handy collapsible water dish for them to drink out of. Whether or not you pack food and how much depends on the length of your hike. We also pack for being out several hours longer than we plan to, just in case we get turned around. It's really better to be safe than sorry. And of course, you should make sure your dogs are healthy and ready for the hike before you go anywhere. And at least several days before your hike, you should make sure to apply any needed flea and tick medication, especially here in Connecticut where Lyme disease is really common. It's a gorgeous day here, even if the woods haven't really started to turn green yet, and it's our first hike of the season, so we're all really excited. Since our last hike in the fall, I've been doing a lot of running and swimming, so I'm feeling much more fit and healthy, and I can't wait to see how this translates to the trail. Kaya loves to run ahead, but she always stops and waits for us to catch up. We're keeping her especially close today because of the coyote warning. Luckily, we didn't run into any wildlife on the trail. The hike is going really well. I can feel the difference my exercise has been making. Even Kaya seems more energetic than normal. I think being cooped up all winter has been rough on the whole family. We even managed to climb up some particularly difficult spots, ones that in the past I've hiked around because I didn't feel like I could manage it. I'm really proud. All said, we hiked almost 4 miles today. It was fun, but we are all exhausted. Thanks so much for joining us.